Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, beautiful people. Honest Am here, the creator and chief of the Honest Assist newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards millennials who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I am here for another daily motivational video where we use the tarot to become the alchemist of our life. A little bit about me. I do not just use the tarot. I use God and customs in the same sentence. I may mispronounce some things, but if it does not stop Charlamagne of God, it will not stop me. Angel number 22. And also, what I was going to say is that we use the tarot to help us to remember how to be spiritual beings. Yeah, y'all, I'm realizing that's what I'm doing. I'm learning. This is what this channel is all about. Remembering how to be a spiritual being. Angel number 38. All right, God, what information, guidance, or insight do you have for us to become the alchemist of our life, to help bring heaven on earth, or just anything that you consider worthy for our spiritual development or daily encouragement? God, deliver these messages to me and through me as clear as possible. In God's name I pray. Ashe. Angel number 55. Y'all, I did not expect to do all of this today. All right. So the two messages that came out is courage. Live your life fearlessly with courage, strength, and determination. I feel like what God is saying is to just have the courage to just be yourself. And when I feel like this message of courage, like I just feel like God is saying, stand in your truth. Have the courage to stand in your truth and to live life on your terms. Like we've been taught, all these things that we're supposed to do, but we saw the studies that a lot of people leave this world and their number one regret is that they did not live the life that they want to live. They were living for someone else. And if nobody has told you this, let me tell you this: you are going to die alone. Only you are going to go in your casket. So shouldn't you live your life for you? Okay. Angel number 155. The next message that came out was connect to the pulse of Mother Earth. She will guide you through this time of change. And I just feel like that's just confirmation that what I've been saying for a while is that we're moving into this area of our lives where God wants us to remember how to be spiritual beings. God wants us to connect back to the earth. And so connecting back to the earth can be you going out in nature more, going on walks. It can be literally putting your feet down on the earth, so grounding back down. But I also feel like what it really is, you could do meditation as well. But I really feel like what God is saying is just to get back to our roots of being spiritual beings and like knowing that we have this spiritual team and these people who wants to lead, guide, and direct us in every area of our life. Okay. Angel number 243. And so let's just get a quick energies. I don't think this is going to be a long reading. Courage and Gaia, God. Clarify this message of courage and Gaia. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be a long one because those other two messages really took it out of me. really took it out of me. Okay. So, oh wow. Okay. All right, baby girl. Okay. Oh, my poor baby. All right, boo. So, if this is resonating so far, I feel like you have a problem with dealing with the reality of your situation. I feel like this is a pattern that you've had since childhood, that you just close your eyes and hope things get better. You put your head in the sand and just be like, or act like the problem isn't there. Or your silence to how you really truly feel. And God is saying those are all toxic patterns. Those are all default settings. And what God is saying, in order to connect to Gaia, in order to connect to Earth, in order to connect to your spirit team, you're going to have to overcome that. You're going to have to look at the truth of your emotions. You're going to have to look at the truth of your situation. You're going to have to look at the truth of how you feel about God in the spiritual world. Angel number 404. So many of us were so angry with God. We have so much animosity towards him. But we don't even have the courage to tell him we feel that way. We don't have the courage to cuss God out. Because we can talk. That's God. But the truth is, again, you're suffering in silence. How do God know how you feel if you ain't going to tell him? How God know if this is really an area of focus in your life if you keep shutting it down, right? And so God is saying, whatever the area in your life is, whether it's a job, whether it is your finances, whether it's love and relationships, look at the truth of your situation. Look at the toxic, the ways that you contribute, the ways that you've been tied to bad behavior. I think for me, this week, one thing that I have been realizing is that I got into this position. The whole reason why I even got to WSP. Oh shit. Angela 1515. Hopefully nobody heard that. Anyways, the whole reason why I got into this job is because like I had the opportunity to walk away because I was sold a story about what it would be and all of this stuff, and I told them my salary requirement, and I had that opportunity to walk away and be like, okay, so y'all not meeting my requirement, so let me just leave, like, no thank you, but no thank you for the offer. But because I was in this place of my life of where I was just like, oh, no, like I was so desperate. I had spent that whole summer like looking for jobs, and I just felt like, oh, I can't let this go by. Like I can't lose this job. And so I settled. I made a decision out of fear. I don't even think I went. I think I went back maybe one other time, but I didn't go back after I spoke up the first time. So it's like I have to have the courage to be honest about that. Like I put myself in this situation. I chose to work here. I chose to, for years, just put my head down, be like, well, this ain't my job. This don't matter. This da-da-da-da. Pretending like it wasn't as bad as it really was. Being like, oh, well, I'm gonna leave anyway, so I ain't gotta be here to deal with that. But it's like, if you are suffering or if there's something going on and you're not saying anything about it, that's a trauma response, right? Yeah, I'm gonna leave that there. I don't know where I'm going, but it just lost. Angel number 703. All right, God. Courage, Gaia. This Two of Swords with the Devil. God, what are you trying to get us to understand about having the courage to see the truth of our situation, having the courage to unchain ourselves from toxic people and behaviors and situations? How can we help Mother Earth, and how can we help the world by having the courage to be ourselves? That's really what it is. That's what God is saying. Like, you're sitting there, you being like, yeah, I'm just going to stay in this ain't shit job that don't make me happy because I got the weekends, I got something to look forward to. And God being like, and then yet you're going throughout your world and you being like, oh my God, this world is in so much chaos and so much turmoil. And God is being like, you can't even complain about that because you're not even doing what you can do. Everybody's looking for the next Martin Luther King. Everybody's looking for Beyonce and Jay or the next celebrity to say something, but yet you're not doing anything in your four corners, in your little block of reality. It don't work that way. There is nobody coming to save us. There is no savior this time around. There is nobody that's going to be like, oh my gosh, she's changed. Let me unchain her. No, you chain yourself. Look at that. These people literally could just take their chains off and walk away. I think I said it last week. Everybody's saying the devil, when the devil is really you in your default ass setting. You just got to overcome those old patterns. And as Black people, we have 7 generations of trauma that's packed up in our blood that we have to let ourselves out, that we have to force ourselves to see the reality and have the courage to see the truth of our situation. Thank you, God. Because we've done that for so long. We've been in our blood, in our DNA, it has been baked in our mind that when we see problems, when things are going wrong, just pretend that they're okay. Suck it down. That's a trauma response. That's slavery. No, if something is bothering you, speak up. If you're not okay with your life, figure out if you can do something to be okay with life. Don't just stay there. You're not stuck. Don't just stay there. And I'm not saying, again, leap of faith is not literally quitting your job, but it's like energetically start looking for different things. Energetically tell God, I don't want to be chained to this reality. Energetically look at the truth of your situation and have the courage to do the best that you can do. The message that came out is our opinion about our children can influence their behavior. And before I even go into this talks about children, but God is saying your behavior, your opinions about the world influence the world. You looking at the world being like, oh my God, these kids are lost, this, but yet you're not even having the courage to be that mentor to somebody. You're talking about how these kids are, you know, they want to be in there. You judging these kids because they want to be influencers and YouTube bloggers, but yet you don't even have the courage to live your dreams. You don't have the courage to give them another example. Of course they're gonna want to fucking be an influencer. Of course they want to be a rapper, because those are the ones who look like they're doing anything. Yo lazy ass don't look like you're living your best life. Angel number 1023. You have to lead by an example. Those whole, I gotta survive. You gonna keep surviving? You gonna keep that in your blood? This week, I like literally was crying, y'all. Like crying because I'm just like, God, I don't know how to take this chain off. I don't know how to get out this situation. I don't want to just be like, fuck this job and go off and try to end up in a cycle all over again. I don't want to do this anymore. And God told me, he like, look, this isn't just you. You are doing the right thing. You're helping Mother Earth. You're having the courage to live your truth. That's why it hurts so much. Because it's not just us, y'all. We healing generations. We are literally healing generations of shit. That's why it feels so fucking intense. But God is saying, that's okay. It's going to feel intense until it don't. It's going to feel intense until it get better. And I told myself, you know what? I may be experiencing this, but no fucking body after me is going to experience this. My child will never feel this. Her child will never feel this. I literally work and operate in a place thinking about my future kid that I don't even fucking have. That literally I ain't even got a nigga to think about having them with. But everything I do, I'm doing it for them because I'm like, I don't want her to go through this no more. Literally, I went natural and started to figure out styles to do my hair because I'm like, damn, if I have a child, I'm not even gonna know how to do her fucking hair. But yet y'all having kids and you ain't even thinking like that. You worried about, oh, is this nigga gonna stay with me or not? Focused on the wrong shit, you know? Our opinions about our children can influence their behavior. The more you see things in your child that you do not want to see, the more you will see of it. The more things you see in the world that you do not want to see, the more you're going to see of it. It's just like, you know, like when you, it's just like when you buy a car and then all of a sudden everybody got your fucking car. It's only because you're aware of that now. So because we're all aware of racism, because all the bigots wanted to come out of the closet, now every fucking where we look, bigot. Like they're every fucking where. But that's because our attention is drawn to that. But if we go within ourselves, if we, instead of just being like, you know what, I'm not looking at that, I don't want to pay attention to racism because that's how the fuck we ended up in the cycle again. You got to be like, you know what, I'm going to have the courage to look for something different. I don't want to see the bigots. Show me the people who do unity. Show me peace. Show me love. Show me community. Show me unity. I hold a vibration of peace so that I can see examples of peace. I hold a vibration of love and support and giving and receiving so that everywhere that I go, I can see that. That's what God is trying to get you to understand. You want to change the world? Change your fucking self. Have the courage to change yourself. You don't have to come up with some big idea. Do it with yourself. Take care of yourself. It all comes back to you. You can't help anybody. You can't help the black community. You can't help anybody if you ain't helping your goddamn self. And so the behavior that you elicit from your child is more about you than it is about your child. This is actually true of all your relationships, but since you think about your children more than you do most others, your opinion about your child plays a greater role in its behavior. And so what people with the example that I was getting for this is that, you know, a lot of kids, they do certain things to get their parents to look at them like, be proud of me, mom. Like, you know, like, make sure I'm doing the right thing. I'm gonna be an accountant because my mom said that an actor isn't a real job. So let me show her that I can be an accountant. Not realizing that I'm fucking tying myself to some shit that I don't even want. And you know what? For a long time, I was just mad at her. I was mad at her because I'm like, you knew that this was not in my personality. Angel number 1434. You knew who I really wanted to be. Since a little kid, I have been dancing and on these fucking videos, center of attention. My mama literally used to call me Shinderella. But yet, when it comes time to fill out a job application, she's shocked that I said I'm gonna be a theater major. What the fuck was so shocking about that? My whole life has been leading me to this moment. And for a long time, I was mad at her. I was mad at myself until I finally looked at the truth of the situation and was like, nigga, I was just trying to fucking survive. My daddy had already stopped fucking talking to me. I don't have time to fall out with another fucking parent. So if she tell me that theater isn't a fucking major, then I'm going to be an accountant. She told me I need to have a plan B, not realizing this fucking plan B became my plan A. I'm going to fucking do it. But now I have the courage to look at it for what it is. I did the best I could fucking do. And as much as I feel this energy of me like being chained to this fucking job I don't want, I also know that I'm doing the best that I can fucking do. I also know that every fucking day I'm not like this. I'm every day I'm walking away from the bullshit. Every day I'm trying to fine tune my skills. Every day I'm looking for expansion. I'm looking for ways to connect with others. Every day I'm trying to figure out ways to do things that I love. I'm doing the best that I can fucking do. So everything else I have to let it go. Everything else I have to give it over to God so that He can change the cycle in my life. That's what God is trying to get you to understand. He knows it's hard. He knows this is a lot for you to go through. But you just have the courage to do it. And God is saying you do enough. All you got to do is turn away from the bullshit. All you have to do is learn how to perfect your own skills, your own passions, your own dreams. All you have to do is constantly be in a state of looking for expansion, looking for ways to connect to the joy and the love that's within you. Looking for ways to show your different skill sets, to look for the unexpected and to look for unexpected things in random places, to look for the unexpected blessing, to live and operate in that place. You do that, God say, I end the cycle for you. I change how you, matter of fact, and it's not even that God is ending the cycle for you. You change the way that you speak to yourself. You don't speak about this bullshit anymore. You no longer, try to deflect yourself from situations. You see the truth because you know that you're in a new cycle. Angel number 1717. I can praise abundance whenever I see it. You're in a new cycle. Right back. All right. So don't be confused. Justice is coming. Okay? All right, y'all. Let's get you guys. Something told me to go back to work your light. So we're going to do one more work your light. And then this is. Gotta have the courage, y'all. Have the courage to look at the truth of your situation. You don't have to be tied to your past. It can all stop with you. You can break these generational chains within you. But a part of breaking this chain is seeing the truth of the situation and trusting in the power that's bigger than you. God is like, I got you, baby. I got you. All you gotta do is have the courage to walk in it, okay? All right, God. Final message. Two of Swords. Our opinion about our children influence their behavior. The devil. Our opinion about the world influences behavior. You want peace and unity. Hold the vibration of peace and unity. See. Train your mind to see peace and unity. Council of Light came back out, letting you know you got help. They're here to help you. They want to help you. But you have to see the truth for yourself and go into your emotions. Again, I told y'all last week, we manifest through our emotions. I don't know if that's new information, but God keeps letting us know. So don't dim your light to fit in. You don't have time for that bullshit. No, wait, postpone. That's what we're going to cancel on. Let's see what this word is. This no came back out again. So let's see what this is all about. You are being called to either pause or say no. Saying yes to something that isn't in alignment with you will drain your energy and your time. Hold out for the congruent, aligned, 100% yes. Often when we are looking for guidance to make a decision, it could be... I'm laughing. I'm sorry, y'all. Angel number 1953. I'm laughing because... All right, to be completely transparent, I have a date on Saturday, and if you make sure you look at the love reading this week, but I had a date Saturday, and I don't know, like I really not feeling this, like I'm kind of not really feeling this person, but they cute, but I'm like, it's no chemistry. And like, I'm like, literally yesterday, I'm like, God, just give me a sign. Like, is this something I should do? Like, I don't know. And like, the reason why I asked God to give me a sign is because like the last time I went on a date, I also felt that way. But it was also kind of like I was nervous to get back out there. So I'm like, God, I don't want to be self-sabotaging myself. Like, just let me know. It's your number 2040. Like, if this is something that I should do. And I'm laughing because it's like, no. So I'm going to text that person to let them know that this ain't going to work. All right. Back to the card though. Wait, postpone, pause, say no. You are being called to either pause or say no. Saying yes to something that isn't in alignment with you will drain your energy and your time. Hold out for a congruent, aligned 100% yes. Often when we are looking for guidance to make a decision, it can be frustrating not to move into clear and considered action. However, timing is everything, and not receiving clear guidance is actually guidance in itself. We all go through times when we are known as the waiting periods. We all go through times known as the waiting periods. These times are critical for our body to regenerate the new path to formulate in the universe to begin creating things on our behalf. You don't need to be plowing forward all the time to move forward. A potent, congruent yes when the time is right will put you ahead leaps and bounds. Don't force things now just because it seemed like the only option. Take a breather and wait. The waiting is actually very productive. For when the time for movement comes, you will be ready to dive right in. Use this time to regenerate and ponder what you truly want. Consider the options. If the options are not clear, don't fear, because this time is a gift. Use it to tend to your garden and take a rest. Take a moment from your busy life to clear the deck and prepare for the time in the future. For come spring, clarity will bloom, and you will have the reserved space and the drive to say yes and act quickly. Say no, postpone, or wait. Angel number 2225. And so I don't know what may be on your mind. Maybe you ask God if you've asked God, which I've been telling you guys for a while, to make sure that you start asking God for the things that you want. I am so serious when I tell y'all, everything I do, down to if I should go on a date, I talk to my spirit team. I asked them, is this what we should do? And look what they said. No. No, girl. If it ain't 100% yes, it's a no. Okay? That's our new rule of thumb. If it's not 100% yes, it's a no. And so what God is trying to say is, if you've asked God, hey God, should I be looking for a new apartment? Should I be leaving this relationship? Should I be looking for a man? Should I leave? Should I get off this dating app? Or should I get on a dating app? Or God is saying no. You're in a waiting period. If you don't have a clear answer, the answer is no. The guidance is wait. What I realized, and I'll tell you guys this one more time because I don't know if you watched the video or not, but God is not the author of confusion. God is the author of clarity. He's going to give you clear instructions with a clear ending. Every single assignment that God has given to me, He told me, do this and do it for this long. Do this many times. Do this and do this. Maybe for my book, He ain't tell me do 8 fucking drafts, but I know He said do the best that you can do, and right now it's taking 8 drafts to do the best that I can do. Right? So God is not going to be confusing. God is not going to make you wonder, oh my God, this should go. So if you don't know, the answer is no. No. Okay? If it is not a clear yes, it is a no. So this week, this month, whenever you find this reading, I don't know what you're going on, what you had on your mind. If you came in this reading with an answer or a question that was circling your mind, God is saying no, wait, postpone. Don't allow your toxic behavior and the things from the past to make you push forward. Don't ignore this situation like you used to do. See the truth of it and have the courage to live the life that is really meant for you, because your spirit team is, oh my God, share a voice. Your spirit team is here and they don't want you to fucking fit in, okay? You custom made. You was born to stand out. I don't even know. I ain't saying the line right, but it's okay. You were custom made. People was born to stand out. Okay, stop trying to fucking fit in. If it ain't working, it ain't working. Let it go. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Angel number 2450. If you made it to the end of this message and it was beneficial for you, please give me a thumbs up. If you made it to the end of this message and you liked it or you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down. I don't give a fuck. I just want to know that you liked it. If you are subscribed and if you got to the end of this message and you are not subscribed, make sure you subscribe so you will never miss out. Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never let someone tell you what you cannot do. Your counsel of light is sitting there waiting to help you. So go ahead and share your voice, and don't you dare fucking fit in. See you later. Bye. Angel number 2525.